work in a very short season, and they went through a lot of changes to make it work. So if you remember, in February, obviously we didn't want to march in the snow, although that would have been nice because we would have probably always held our spot because of just the trail. But we were in, for about 3 weeks, we were in the gym and the band room in plank, and they did really well with that. Then when we were finally able to get outside, it would rain a lot, and then we had to be split up in the building in separate rooms to make sure that we didn't have too many students there. And then when we did finally get out, we tried to learn so much all very quickly, and they've been able to pick it up just wonderfully. So we're very proud of them. Even to the point where we couldn't, with the quarantine, we weren't able to have live rehearsal. And then we only had one rehearsal, and they learned the end of the show in the whole last rehearsal. Okay, so I think their hard work should be noticed. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, the show is taken from what we would have done if we had a full season in the fall and competed. So the show is called Postcards. So it's about basically traveling around the world, which I'm sure we would all love to do right now. But we haven't done the entire show because, again, we had a limited amount of rehearsals. So we are doing the full opener, which is called Rio de Janeiro. Hopefully you will kind of feel the flair. Feel free to dance and really embarrass your child. Please do it. The second movement is Hong Kong, and it would have had, it's only drums now, tonight, and for this show. Okay, and you'll kind of feel like a beat, kind of like a tribal beat. But if we had done everything, it started with like a flute trio, and that would have been mic'd, but we don't with the football games, so we needed to remove that out. And then after that, we were going to travel to the French Riviera, but that didn't really have a lot of percussion parts, so I thought, we don't need to do that part, I'm just trying to get everyone involved. So after Hong Kong, we jumped to the Big Apple. And in the Big Apple, we're featuring a lot of our seniors up in the front, so that's kind of super fun. Cross your fingers that as they run into place that they do not fall. Okay, all right, excellent. All right, I'm just going to get them set up, and then I'll be back to you.
Okay, we just learned the end. We're all good.
So here we go. in a typical season, we would have had like a potluck dinner and then an awards evening, and we just wanted to make sure that we recognized all the students and still make sure that we have the awards part. So right now we're going to have each section come up. I'm going to say your section's name, and then you're going to make a line, a horizontal line, like in front of this table, and then you're going to get some stuff. Are you excited? All right. So we will go in score order. So flutes, can you come on down? Let's give a round of applause for our flutes! So in marching band, every single person matters. Like every single person has their own spot. Every single person is adding to the music, to the motions. So it's fantastic that we make sure that we recognize every single student. No one is more important than each other. We all rely on each other. You guys can stop right there. Face the audience. I want to see your lovely faces. Okay. Yes. Good. Now we also have in each section squad leaders. So we teach students responsibility that basically like per 3 or 4 people, there's one older member who's responsible to like guide them around and help them if they don't know where they're going. So let's go ahead and have the squad leaders come up and get a trophy. Let's give them a round of applause. And then it just happens to be the same people in this section, so maybe you could stay there. We also have section leaders, so the section leaders also help out with music and like the overall marching of the section. So let's give them a round of applause. Okay, and that is our flute section. Let's go back. All right. Clarinet, come on down. Clarinet, come on down. All right. So each section we're going to recognize the same way. Let's give, first of all, a round of applause for all the students. And then can we have our squad leaders come forward? And then can we have our section leader come forward? All right, and those are the clarinets. Can we have our saxophone start coming down this way, and Mr. Rexroth and Ms. Martin are going to be helping to hand some things out. The saxophone section is always a very social and friendly group. Let's hear it for all of our saxophones. Okay. Can we have the squad leaders step forward, please? And then can we have our section leaders be recognized? Nice job. And let's have another woohoo go for the saxophone. Woo. Go ahead. All right. Can we have our mellophones come on up? Come on down, mellophone. Yes. All right, excellent. And we have our squad leader and section leader. Go for it. Woo! Yay. Okay. Yay for our mellophones. Thank you, guys. All right. Trumpets, come on over. Let's hear it for our trumpets. All right. And the squad leaders for the trumpets come forward. All right. And then can our section leader be recognized? All right. Good job. All right. Thank you, trumpets. Let's hear it for them again. Woo! All right. Trombones and baritones, please come on over. trombones and baritones. And then can we have our squad leaders step forward? And in this case, our squad leaders are also section leaders. Fantastic. Thank you, trombones and baritones. Woo! Good job. Good job. All right, sousaphones, come on up. Sousaphones are super cool because they get to wear their instrument, and you can always find them on the field, right? Yes, you're like, I know where they are. And then, can we have the squad leader and section leader step forward? Yes. All right, thank you, sousaphones. Okay, percussion, come on up. Let's hear it for the full section, please. All right. Okay, if you were a squad leader, please step forward. Okay, you can, yeah, okay. And then section leaders stay forward. All right, fantastic. Let's hear it again for the full percussion section. Woo! All right, can we have our guard? Come on up. They're running with jazz step and everything. This is great. God. And they're like evenly distanced. They're clearly in the guard. Very limited. All right, let's give a big round of applause for the guard. First off. And then if you are a squad leader, section leader, come on up and get your swag. And one more round of applause for the guard. Go back there. Okay. And then this year we had a very special helper that was our band manager who helps organize things like, if we had a full season, he knows a lot about electronics and like how our pit is set up. So typically our pit, like the front ensemble, like with mallets and stuff, is set up, and then we put microphones on them so that everyone can hear it in the crowd. But no one really knows how to do it except him. Okay, so I'm having him make a video, so it's even for me. So this is great. But we just want to recognize Cole Coonahan, who has been our band manager. Okay, drum majors, come on up. Okay. So sometimes everyone thinks like the drum majors, oh, they get all the glory or whatever, but no, they get just like a lot of work. So they help make sure that the field is set before every single rehearsal, that is torn down before every rehearsal. They're great liaisons if there's a problem in the band, that they can kind of like help with communication, letting us know that something is wrong. They obviously do a great job with keeping the pulse and keeping the band together, which was, was even more difficult this year because I don't know if you were really watching, but we had to be 6 feet apart from each other the entire time, which is bigger spacing than usually. So getting a band to stay together, left to right over a longer period of the area of the field is kind of hard. So, and they did a great job. So, and kept a fantastic attitude. So let's give them a round of applause.
Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth. I'm one of the drum majors. We wanted to thank our band directors this year for doing a lot because it's been a crazy season, and we had a particularly cold season, so we would like to give you some blankets to stay warm next time.
They're great because they also say they're embroidered to OEHS Marching Band 2020-21. So that's great. Now, our seniors, some of them were able to be at senior night, some of them weren't. But regardless, we just want to recognize them individually. So seniors, as we say your name, please come on up. And if you're, the family members, feel free to like stand up and also like kind of be recognized. Okay. So we have Angela Bautista. Brandon Kovicki, Cole Coonahan, Can you stay up here? Rashida Duncan. Elizabeth Dyer. Ryan Elliott. Tyler Eng. Matthew Bonner. Owen Gannett. Anna Gibb. Owen Lager. Nick Lynch. Ada Maynard. Caitlin Meiksensberger. Gabby Murillo. Tabitha Kalpanier. Zach Weiss. Elena Walter. And Michael Zeno. So this is one of our favorite senior classes, and like we would not have been able to have any type of successful season without them. They really came together and were very positive with each other and did fantastic jobs in sectionals and just on the field. And they were excellent leaders, and they still were able to keep things light so that people were enjoying their time. So we're really proud of them. We're really going to miss them. And like, watch out, freshmen, sophomores, juniors. You have huge shoes to fill. But I trust you guys. You're going to do it. But all right, so let's give a round of applause for our seniors. You guys can go on back. All right, so besides just doing the show, we do a few pep tunes, and we're just going to feature a couple of those that are some of the more of the students' favorites. So in a moment, can you guys go ahead and pick up your instruments? And then winds and brass, know that the first thing that we're going to do is the fight song. Percussion, in a moment, can you do your cadence? Let's make sure that everyone's ready. And then can we do the visuals with the cadence? Yes. Okay. Give us one more moment while they're still kind of getting together. I'll let you know when it's ready. So our percussion section plays the cadence at games and also marches us over to the field, and they will also play it during the Memorial Day Parade, as well as Tribute to America. If you guys can remember that we still have a rehearsal in about 3 weeks. I can't think of the date off the top of my head. That's this year's band that does that parade, okay? So we have a rehearsal, so I'll keep putting that in the update so that you're aware of that. And so they'll be doing this cadence also during the parade. able to go to a football game, the one home game this year, or at any others, you'll have noticed that we have a friend, a banana. Okay. So this banana in 2009, I took a group to Great America for a performance, and we did a parade, and then we went on all the rides, whatever. And then at the end of the day, there was like one of those games that you can't win. You know, they like basically steal your money. Okay, so it was you had to throw this ping pong ball into like these little like glasses, and I'm like, so it's right at the exit. So as I'm exiting, I see these three boys. They're just like they're gonna win it. And by the time that we were all leaving the crowd or leaving the park, every single band member was suddenly at this game, and they're all chucking in money. Like they're like, I still have $20, and you know whatever. And when they won it, I swear to God, it's like one of the most exciting moments I still remember of teaching. Like we were jumping up and down, we were hugging each other. Like the Super Bowl has nothing on us winning this banana. So I'm serious. So every time that we have a home game, we bring out the banana, and we remember that. And it's kind of like a tradition that certain people bring it out, and then they kind of pass it down who's going to bring it out the next year. So I'm going to turn things over to Zach Weiss and Cody Knox.
Hello. So I got this banana too. Hi guys. I always wanted to use this thing. So I got the banana 2 years ago, and I'm a senior now, so I'm graduating. And bring it out every game, third quarter, and it's been a lot of fun. So, Josh Peterson, you on it now?
Now we're going to play our fight song. Okay. Now, if you are able to be with us next year at the games, like a lot of times the student body, they do like the opposite thing with the fight song. Like when you're at a school and they play the fight song, what are you supposed to do? You stand up, right? And you clap. They're always like, oh, it's time to sit down. We're like, what? So you don't have to stand up, but if you want to, that would be lovely. And if you're at a game in the future, like stand up, and maybe you'll encourage them to understand what to do. Okay. But here is the fight song, twice through with the drum break. Go ahead and get your instruments up. And you be at feet at attention. And you notice they have like special masks, so I always have to remember to say, give them time to get their instruments up. Alright, we good? Okay, does the drum major want to lead this one? Maybe be in front of the drum line? Okay. Do you mind if I count them off? Okay.
And 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go!
We just want to extend our thank you. There were some parents that helped when our home games were at West Aurora, like moving some things, like moving and even like bringing some of the podiums to the game. Like we were so thankful for that, and we had some people at the home game, the real home game this year, help move things over. If you're a parent that helped out at any of the events that we did have, can you stand and can we please recognize you? And students, let's do it too. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Just a heads up for the parade, the Memorial Day parade, your student will be wearing the t-shirt they have on now and like khaki shorts. And they're going to also have the pouch they have, and they're going to have water in their pouch so that like when we have kind of a break in a parade, they'll drink. Okay? Typically we have parents that walk around and like push like water on their face, basically. But we can't do like the shared bottles. But we could use help with some parents, like all it is pulling a wagon, like with extra water bottles in case like a student runs out. Sorry. And then we could also use some younger students to carry the banner in front of the band. So if you're interested in that, if you have a child that would want to do that, please feel free to email me. And we could also use some parents to be at the cemetery that we end at. I'll give you the water, I'll fill up the cooler, but just to have another cooler of water for the students when they're done with the parade. So if you're interested in any of those, just shoot me an email and we'll figure it out. Okay, cool. All right, here is Land of a Thousand Dances, and it has some vocals. Listen for them.
And 1, 2, ready, go!
Alright, we are going to finish the evening with an Ozzy Osbourne favorite, Crazy Train. You will hear we have two seniors doing the opening vocals, Mr. Owen Gannett in the clarinet, and Mr. Matthew Bonner. Just parents also, so for the concert on Tuesday, you need to have tickets, and each student can only have up to 2 just because of the amount that the CDC allows in a certain space. Some of your students that are here live now aren't live with us during the school day ever. Those students, if you want to remind them, I have the tickets here. It will help me out if only those students come up and get them though tonight. I'll get everyone else's out like during class time. But if you want to remember, like, hey, did you get our 2 tickets? And if you don't need to, and you just need 1, please have your student only grab 1, okay? All right, cool. All right, here is Crazy Train. Yes, and actually before I do this, I always forget something. I just want to thank also the staff of the marching band. So we have Miss Joy Jordan working with the color guard. We have Miss Morgan Martin, who's worked with the percussion. And she's been especially amazing because she has rewritten parts several times. So she's a diamond. She's great. And then we also have Mr. Stephen Rexford. Nope. Alright, thank you guys. Alright, here is Crazy Train. are not the senior members, this weekend we'll already have information about next season. Woo! Okay, so thank you so much for all of your support. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you. Thank you guys for